Playoffs or not playoffs? We're about to decide who makes it. It's Saw or AGO. Knife round has already been said and done. It looks like that Saw have won it and have chosen to start CT. AGO have plenty to beat this one, and Stododo has a CZ in the pistol round. That's not something you see too often these days. He can get himself one kill, but that is all. x-kom trades it. He just taps down the man through the smoke, though. Even though the smokes are up, it's going to be a 2v4 on the afterplant.
Not an easy one either, with damage already being done. Never mind, hang on, the Glocks have turned it around into a winnable position at least there. Still going to have to be Forlan who pulls off a 1-on-2, but they've given him some hope for it. Nutrus at least working with a kit, so time at the very least isn't as big of an issue as it could be otherwise. Flash over, not going to be catching Forlan, of course, he's staying tucked in for now. But a little bit of a flash of his own, actually, which is going to make things a little bit harder for them as they tap that bomb. Time is starting to tick away. They need to push him down. But if he can stay alive and even get one of these, it may be enough. But I think he's just about making it back in time. It's going to be close. No, never mind. I don't believe he has it.
Oh, so close. Nope, you're absolutely right. Well done, Furlan. What a win that is. That is not one you'd expect to grab any day of the week. Of course, they had a player on top of default boxes as well. I think he accidentally hit his mouse wheel jump as well, which I think was on burst fly for a second. I'm not sure if that was necessarily by design. Surely he didn't mean to jump in that position. And in the end, it put Furlan into a tough spot, but he makes it happen. And what a critical pistol round victory that could prove to be. Winning by time alone. Wasting that clock down from sandbags. Saw, we're up against it already.
It's not a great start. They'll be feeling a little bit down after losing out on that previous map, so a strong start here would have ideally corrected the mindset maybe a little bit, just got some confidence going for them again. Unfortunately, just a couple MP9s and some pistols to see if they can still turn this round back in their favor. Really ramp control, pretty much all of the T side is present around here, so there's no real info right now for AGO about what's going on around B and such, so they need to be careful of flanks. Unfortunately, though, no one's really going to be coming in for Saw. Instead, long rotations are going to be needed to get assistance on this A bomb site, and I don't even think it'll be worthwhile anymore at this point. You just call for the save, surely.
I think that was a bit of a team flash there. I think both of them were blind. I mean, it was pretty obvious, but just before it popped, there was some vision available there to Furlan. So he grabs that kill. Looks like, as you say, Saw's only choice will be to save. The MP9 will be an important save. It's only the P250 and the Deagle as well, but they do have a smoke at least with the Deagle on Arky, so they'll have something to show in the next round, but AGO started off very strongly here. And who knows, in an alternate universe, maybe this is Saw going up 2-0. If that defuse came through quicker. They could have played that pistol round differently. I mean, I'm still thinking about it, right? Not in necessarily a critical manner, but like there are two ways to play it. Times against you, so you either push as a duo, which is what you did, or you have one player holding the defuse with the other player body blocking the diffuser, which for me is the option that I prefer in certain scenarios. Not sure if that scenario was the right one, but obviously hindsight is 2020, but still, would have been interested to have known how it would have worked out if they tried that method instead.
Oh, that's not ideal. Just gets mollied out just at the moment as he gets himself into that cubby. But yeah, for now, no kills either way coming in. See what can be done with the saved weapons. What they were able to retain over really is all they have to work with right now. And there we go. Okay, Arky's gotten himself a kill, which gives them a rifle. It's only a Galil. But still, it's a lot more firepower than they had to work with a moment ago, and they get it without even really taking any damage. So we'll see whether they can convert this 5-on-4, because with Axico also being damaged up, those pistols do become a bit more viable, as do the SMGs.
Stodo has that recovered map 10 as well, so what can do with it? Gets one. Oh, one's enough though, with an SMG like that. Surely the pistol won't be able to do too much here due to it, he's going to pull back off of it. But that's actually pretty good. Let's have a man advantage and get to fall back with it. That's the best you could have hoped for, and they've made it happen. 35 seconds to go. x-kom, Furlan, and Herman trying to make their way onto the site. But everyone is here for Saw.
of it catches the smoke blooms from Portland. A return though from just on Ali. He can just be a big nuisance. I was going to say if he even just stays alive in that position, that would probably be enough for them to get this done. But no, a wild swing. And then Rome attempting something over the smoke as well as he gets punished and shut down, leaving it just into the hands of Mutris, who can't do anything. Yeah, that was weird. Could have waited it out. They had a 3-on-2. They had, what, 15 seconds left on the clock? If he waits a moment, they try and maybe peek him at the same time as peeking above the smoke. Suddenly it becomes probably a very winnable position. Wasn't played to perfection as I'd expect from Saw.
That's not too bad for AGO though. They'll all eat up those opportunities every day of the week. They are off to the perfect start. What is it? Critical third map decider. Full buy for Saw. First full gun round of the game. Just will spot the legs of Fiku and will avoid. He will avoid throwing that grenade and. In the end, just spam Fiku straight through the plywood. Information was absolutely critical to that play. Seko goes 1 for 1. And Ferland's trying to creep up, but he should be spotted in a second. Dodo, has he seen him? The way he's posturing feels like he might have done. But with his teammate not coming to help, maybe it's a complete unknown. Ferland creeping up right now. He knows that Dodo is there. There's a chance to possibly creep him, and he'll jump on top of the sandbags and to go for it, but oh no. Dodo's too ready for that. Maybe creeping around to the right would have been the better play there. Easier to be more accurate if you're on the ground, rather than jumping up. And Roman will get the last as well. So, Saw with their first buy round will get off to the best start.
Yeah, coming alive in the early gun round, that's what we need. We haven't really been getting a ton of that. Normally, whoever kind of breaks away in the initial stages gets to get a good lead going. That's what we'd seen in both the previous maps anyway. One AK being bought up by Furlan. Other than that, really nothing. They have a P250 on Fiku, but just Glocks down on the rest of the lads. Not really looking to put much money at all into this. Okay, yeah. I thought he was safe for a second, but then I think it spread even more. And then he burned from the 10 health he had left, so that was unfortunate. And Furlan's kill in the meantime could have actually left him with a pretty good advantage if not for that molly kill on Fiku in the early stages.
And this is still a 4v4. Furlan grabbing that one. Up to 7 kills already in this game, Furlan. He's been around for a very long time, of course. Very experienced on this roster. Coming up the youngsters. And get a quick trade. Unfortunately, there was 2 players faced toward Gap and Dodo with the M4. Not even the AWP. Going to clean up 3 of them. Seko with his own recovered M4 will find the trade, but at this stage, damage is all we can hope for. 1 more kill would be really good. It is a big difference, 3 players staying alive than just 2. So if you can find 1 kill, it would be nice. Mutris and Arky are both going to go searching for this one. They're actually going to line up. Oh no! x-kom gets both of them. 35 seconds to go. Just his full health, sure. But x-kom will be feeling incredibly confident right now. He can pick up the bomb, and he can actually walk this off toward B if he really wants to. What's the call here? Just is sticking around toward heaven, listening for the plant. That's probably the best way he could work this one. Both players playing this clutch to perfection, really, at the moment. But x-kom will get a free plant on B. 8 seconds to go. 7, 6. He's fine. And he's planted it open as well, Dean.
It gives him a bit of a chance to play off of the bomb, although he makes his way back around anyway. Oh, is he going for a full mid-wrap? I think he's going to try and make his way up ladder and back towards the scaffolding to play the bomb.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is clever, but it's a long L rotation, but it is his best chance with the 18 health, I've got to agree, especially as he just doesn't just charge in. He spends a bit of time actually clearing things out. If he puts the smoke down, though, that's going to become a bit of an issue, because then the time is on, the pressure mounts as he comes over the scaffolding, and, well, I think Just might just have it by doing this. He's going to hang on. The flash isn't going to do anything anyway, because he's not here as the defuse comes in. I admire the gamble. It's unfortunate, though, as
I really do.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Just kind of just takes the idea to stick it. I mean, maybe half of the time he taps the bomb and peeks the ramp because he knows the player's low health. The chances are he wants to take the fight rather than sitting in the smoke and risking being spammed. But in that case, it works out perfectly.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. That was probably, as you say, considering x-kom was low HP, that is genuinely a hard NT, that clutch. That was a really nice attempt. Little did we know, of course, that he was sticking the bomb, but just sticking it in that situation was actually a pretty smart play, considering he had to sort of, press his elimination that figured out that probably his ramp. So he can stick the defuse in the smoke as he so did, while being hidden from some of the stairs. x-kom doing his best, but not to be. At least he kept his M4 into the next round. Unfortunately, it might not mean much, because already aggression from Saw off the back of Arky and Just toward B makes them 2 kills.
Winner for Arky as well in the back, doubling down, and like being low, there's not really much risk to him, it seems, because Lamanna just walked into a crossfire of his teammates' sprays coming through that smoke. A very clean gun round coming in, or a very clean round from Saw. And it's going to have to be the eco. Only x-kom has enough to buy. He's sitting at 5650, miles away from the rest of his teammates in terms of economy, so he can probably drop the pistols around, spread the love a little bit. But it is a solid start, you've got to say, from Saw since getting the guns into their hands. And a bit of a slow start from some of the individuals on AGO. Ultimate and Fiku both struggling. Considering Ultimate's presence on the off in the past 2 maps, that's surprising, and considering Fiku's performance, we just know Fiku's a very capable player in general. It's not ideal to see him starting 0 and 5 either on the 3rd map of this series, which leads to the loser being eliminated, or rather, eliminated from this season. So, yeah, not a good time to cool off a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. It's been mainly Mutuous and Stododo that has had the most impressive series. The only player that's got a positive KD for AGO over the first 2 maps has been Ultimate, their AWPer, which is to be expected. Is the way that sort of thing goes. The amount of saves that have to come in, of course, in various situations. x-kom will get himself a hero AK-47 in this one. 3 each. We'll get boosted up on the edge of the stairs, looking for something. It's only at the moment just toward the quad position at the back of the site. Very powerful that position, especially when there aren't mollies on the T side to deal with it. And Just has spotted him. Creeping up, 2 bullets. One of them connects to the head. And that's that threat of the AK gone already.
Yeah, we're not expecting really anything though. 1 or 2 kills would be nice with the pistol. Okay, damn Rome. Really even seen him there. Nice little spam angle. Caught them crossing mode down 2, and well, they should have to finish here quite easily. The M4 that gets it done. He was about to get naded to bits, I believe, by Mutuous either way. So 4-3, Saw get a little bit of a lead going, which is very good for them on the CT side here. The question is, can they keep it going, or are we going to start getting some more back and forth now that AGO are able to stabilize themselves again? They've got the op, they've got all the rifles, and hopefully they'll have Ultimate and Fiku welcoming themselves to the scoreboard in this round, because it's needed.
Indeed. So recovered pretty quickly after losing the pistol in the way they did. Just will left and right click that grenade, combine the 2 mouse buttons to throw it sort of halfway, but unfortunately it doesn't make it over the wooden panel, so it will only tag him a little bit. No problem, it's not the end of the world. AGO looking for maybe a slow play here on the T side. Got utility for what seems like the perfect opportunity for an A play. The man has the smoke alongside x-kom and Furlan to do the one on the right side of the site, one on the left side of the site. But look at the setup toward mid. If they go anywhere near this position, 1 player up, 1 player down, basically an impenetrable crossfire. There are 2 positions you can do that in mid, actually. One a little bit further back near the sandbags. I'm going to go for a boost. This is a good one. Perfect time for it as well, Dean.
Yeah, it This is not going to work out well for the Thieves if they lose even one player. Thankfully, the Molly actually perfectly routes that boost out of position. And now with them wrapping around into the alley as well, this is going to be tough for them to hang on. Stododo leaving his back exposed. They had to put down a fresh smoke due to a little bit of a gap being there, but they still come away with the man advantage despite the issues in the execute. And well, it's going even better with LaMan extending Rome up above the smoke, gets two. Make that all three of them as the bomb planters left exposed for just walk in and take his head. I've needed to sneeze this entire sentence, I won't lie. I've been holding it in, and now it's faded. We're all good.
It passed. It's one of the most satisfying things ever to sneeze when you think you're going to, but it's also the least satisfying thing ever when you don't sneeze. So, you know, I get it. We've all been there.
I got hyped up. I spoke loud, probably breathed it in a little bit too much, and my nose was just very itchy.
Yeah, we got hyped up. That was a hype. That was a hype moment, it has to be said, because that was a brilliant play from Roman. And considering that he was the player that had such a rough Ancient, right? I think he ended that map with like 12 kills and like 26 deaths, something like that. So for him to step up right now is absolutely the right time to do so. I mean, I'll give him a lot of confidence for the rest of this half as well. Good stuff. Saw win an unlikely 5th.
By Stododo on Forlan. Actually double peek this mid here. The boost was a little bit late. They had the boost ready. They probably would have got the finish on him before he gets his way back around the corner. But either way, they've done enough to push him out of position to give them this mid control. Now hopefully they can do something with it, because as we know, SAR instantly reacting. They've already got rotations in place. They seem to be aware that it's pretty much all in towards middle, but they're heavily committed to the fight. And Axico's able to win it out, taking both Stododo and Mutrus to the grave, and with that taking control of the A-bomb site as well. Roman's flank up ramp could maybe get something done, but he's going to need a couple of kills from here ideally. And he may have his opportunity. Yeah, there's the first low health on the second player waiting around the corner. He will be traded, but he's given Arky and Just an opportunity now on this retake.
I do have a chance, and I have a smoke for the bomb as well, but it's going to be pretty decent. But the thing is, it might give LaMan a gap to work with on the right. He can play off the back of this. Justice going to hold it. And now his teammate's gone down, and they can just spray it. Yeah, that's an easy gap to work with for LaMan, and they'll team up brilliantly with Ultimate to win AGO's 4th round. That was very well done, even though they probably would have felt a little bit nervy as soon as that smoke came onto the bomb, knowing that Justice already held a defuse in this game to win a round. But he's made it happen. 5-4 is the score. Saw needs 6 with this buy. It lacks the AWP, but it's got all the utility they could ever wish to have with all the M4s they could ever wish to have.
It's looking to be a fairly standard default though from AGO in this round. A couple players around the ramp holding out on B as well, as they have been throughout most rounds, and see if it works for them, because so far the defaults seem to have gone the way mostly of SAW. They were doing a great job with their mollies, especially towards B, of flushing those players out and managing to just catch the stragglers in the early stages. So we'll see if AGO have made the adjustments that are necessary. As you said, they have the op this time though, and SAW don't. So if this peek comes in from Stododo, he could be in a bit of trouble. May have even been spotted there just a little bit as he made the peek up. They do need to start moving in for this ramp control now, and as you can see, yeah, good nade damage. They flushed the upper back away from the corner. Roman probably doesn't want to stick around and fight that on his own now either, and they've actually taken some good damage in towards middle as well, so things are not looking great for SAW in the early stages of this round. AGO are doing a good job of getting the control at least to set themselves up. They do need to have a commitment come in relatively soon. They've only got 45 seconds, and some re-aggression from Stododo and also the player around Ali right there has actually slowed down AGO massively.
Damage done though. As you say, Arky 22. Gonna work their way up toward ramp now. 30 seconds to go. Seems like A is going to be their choice. Stododo does not have a smoke, and that could be problematic, but it might not matter. What a swing from Stododo, looking for 4, and he's got 4. Brilliant hold. I was just about to bring up the lack of a smoke for the sandbags position. The round still might be on. x-kom will nade down Arky. He was a low HP player. He'll be destroyed immediately. x-kom will look for the player towards CT and take him out, but he goes hunting for the second player, and that's going to put pay to his chances of winning the round. Nice try. But again, maybe he overthinks that one slightly. He did the same earlier. Don't blame him for trying that. Maybe he thought he would get double pushed. What a round. Stododo with the 4 kill from sandbags. Absolutely spot on.
That was ridiculous. on the rifle as well, showing that he can get it done with really anything, and they needed someone to give that push. It was necessary to hopefully light the fire under them again here, because as you said, their own economy wasn't too great. If they had have lost that round, they would have been in a lot of trouble. Even with winning it, though, the economy isn't too bad for AGO. So AGO, on the other hand, they're still able to just about scrape together an investment so that they can keep the pressure on and look to grind out a strong T side, really. They're on 4 now, get 2 more, 3 more, even up towards 7, and then you're in a pretty good position.
Indeed.
UMP, we don't see them being brought up too often. Interesting choice from Ultimate.
Yeah, very true. Sort of brings me back to the 2017 era when the UMP was basically better than the FAMAS and very commonly bought instead of an M4. And then the buy is low. That gun was ridiculous before it got nerfed. And it's still good, of course, but these days the MAC-10 being cheaper for the T side and the MP9 being so powerful, it's very rarely used. Of course, it's the SMG that can be bought on both sides. It's a CT and a T SMG. Yeah, not often you see it anymore, but just to see if Ultimate can get anything done with it. It just feels very clumsy to use mid-range. Sometimes. Uterus gets flashed in toward mid, but unfortunately it doesn't work out for him. The second player, who wasn't blind, goes for the swing and takes him out. So, AGO have an early advantage in this one.
Yeah, relatively early anyway. They still have over 50 seconds to actually find out where they want to make this commitment happen. Bombs just about joining them now, I believe, indeed, making its way up the ramp, so it does seem like A definitely is the goal, and, well, Saw seem to realise this as well. They've pretty heavily committed to rotates. What the hell, Rome? That second kill seemed a little bit jammy, but I'm sure he's going to go ahead and take it. A team flash, unfortunately, there from Arky. Cost them from getting any more. That seemed a little bit strange for sure. Maybe some miscommunication about that flash going in. Now it's the 2-on-3. Damage at least done to a couple of the players, but Arky and Just have a very difficult retake ahead of them, and, well, that's the start. Arky going into the alley is able to take out Fiku. Furlan on the headshot angle from Sandbags, taking as much attention as he can for his teammate then to be able to just pop out and, well, get it done, but no, Just is able to flick over for the head. Okay, then. I mean, I don't know how exactly he's able to work that out. He's fighting a headshot angle on the ramp as well as what was basically initially a headshot angle in towards the Sandbags. The double peak should be unstoppable.
It should be, but it wasn't. That's a lovely transfer. And keep his team on their little streak. 7-4. And, of course, the M4A1S, it can be quite easy, a little bit easier to spray transfer than the M4A4, but not easy to do in such a pressure situation. Oh my god, what just happened mid? Is that mid? Well, that just happened. Seiko's killed his teammate, but it's killed Muteris through his teammate. So, usually, in these sort of situations, they say, yeah, well, just shoot me, it's fine. If you're going to get a kill, I don't mind. So it's a 4v4. Redmond playing with the smoke to the bottom of ramp. As I said, he's having a very good map so far, and he's going to get himself his 13th kill on round 12. Stepping up after falling a bit behind on Ancient, but Just will get punished for a bit of information looking there. Over the top of the B stairs, Fiku takes his head off, but Arky's still here. Minute to go. We're down into the 3v3. Damage now is very low on AGO. Fiku 2, Zeko now 30. That tag could be enough to win Saw the round.
Looks like they want to go ramp. I mean, there's like 0 utility bar, single smoke and furnace for Saw, but with the health, all they really need is to land a couple shots. I mean, Roman's in a really good position to maybe even get the 2 low health players here. Only the first one actually going to be coming his way. Does a bit of damage onto Laman at least before going down. It is still, in theory, doable. The time in for Stododo. Did he get spotted? No, apparently not initially anyway, until the flash goes down. Not quite able to line them up on the FAMAS either, but the damage should be enough, as Arky doesn't struggle at all. I think a couple of shots went pretty close to his head there, in fairness, from the pre-fire coming around the corner. But close is unfortunately not enough. 8-4. Saw sitting with double the score now of AGO. And I was going to say should be extended by another round, but Fiku is on a mad one. He's buying an AK. The rest of his team can't afford to buy. I thought they were going to take an eco, but no, they want to keep the pressure on. This is risky, though, because this could lead to them going down 11-4 at the halftime, potentially.
Exactly. Saw double the score. of AGO, but Jefferson's about to get run down toward B, and he's so very blind. Thankfully, they still have 2 quick rotators, but they're not going to win any of the duels. Only one goes Swords' way, and the speed change is going to work out for AGO's 5th round here. There's no way Roman and Stiletto can retake this. They have no kit even. Exits will be the order of the day. AGO turning up the dial, and it will turn their score from 4 to 5.
Well, the force play works because Saw are completely ruined. Dodo? Interesting.
Gun?
I'm getting a gun.
All
Yeah,
right.
I was wondering. I was like, he doesn't even have a kit. Even if he had a kit, it's not like he would have had time. So he just wanted the rifle. Maybe an exit would have been nice if he got one of their backs turned as they were running, but like a little for now will do. The problem is, even with these rifles, they're on a double eco, so they're definitely buying. They have to just force around it. They'll get only pistols, maybe an SMG or 2, and yeah, that's the case for Muturus, but it's actually worked out fantastically for AGO. They win this, the 7th round should be nearly free.
Bit of a difference from our first 2 maps. 12-3 to AGO on Nuke. In the end, it was actually Saw who won it. It was 11-4 to Saw on Ancient. In the end, it was AGO who won it. This one looks like it could be a very even game. Flash is very good, but only blinds 1 player. Fiku will manage to avoid that. Now Arky to the back of the side. Got help by the MP9, but the duels all go in AGO's favour. They had the favourable angles there as well. Favourable positioning. And that will be the 6th, and you're absolutely right. We could only be a few moments away from an even half here, and quite literally up in the air anyone's game. I think AGO will be quite happy with a 7-round T-half if they do get it, because this map is, as I said, at the Major, was one of the most CT-sided maps, actually. In the past, it used to be pretty T-sided, but meta has evolved since. Roman's trying desperately to save this M4, but now he's down to 16 points of health. He's managed to get away to some extent, but they're all hunting him down, and he actually takes 2 with him there. Of course, it doesn't matter. It's the last one of the half coming in, so AGO can rebuy absolutely comfortably, but it's the right play for AGO to hunt him down, and they will manage it just about. That removes any rifle from the Source side. Look what they've got for the final round, Dean. 5-7, 2 Deagles, a CZ, and an MP9. That's it.
I don't love their chances. I'd like to see something a bit more aggressive. They need to get something done in the early stages if they want any hope. And well, that's what we're getting from Arky. There we go. The Deagle actually works. It was a solo charge in the mid. Not exactly how I was expecting it to go. Didn't even call for any backup, but it works. And well, it's the main thing for now. Roman in a deep position there on the ramp as well. Probably realized that everyone has fallen back from this position already pretty soon. They're working their way in towards B. And they weirdly seem very set in stone about this. I guess they're presuming that the rifle maybe would have rotated back around after taking that kill. But now it's of course making its position very, very known, and they have 4 players actually here to hold this down. So let's see AGO, it's a struggle. They are being mowed down without even getting any vision of their opponents. Arky on that AK causing some serious damage, as well as the flank of Rome able to get 1 done, but somehow kills are being turned around back in favor of AGO, and suddenly it's a 2-on-1 rather, from what had been a 4-on-5, so this is a little bit hectic. Stododo with a good kill at least gives some hope back, especially with the health of Axico. Does he make it to the bomb site in time? It looks like he will. Stododo only now beginning his own rotation.
And he can get the plant, but as you say, very low health. Axico has had 2 opportunities at a 1v1 clutch in this game, and has failed at both of them. Maybe overthinking a bit on those 2 occasions. But he is top ranking for his team, and he's doing a very good job at the moment. Can he win a clutch to end off the half? Stododo doesn't have a kit. That's the main factor. In fact, Seko plays the time. I reckon he's got this one. Stododo's looking for the angle, but he's got the higher health, and that's what's going to win him the clutch. At the very end of the half, Stododo will just about make it happen. And that's a really impressive one, it has to be said. They will nab away a 9th, and that will give them a 3-round lead going into the second half. 1 half of Counter-Strike left to go today. We'll see that happen after the break.
love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
And we are back with the final half of Counter-Strike that we have for this evening and for Group C. Saw lead the way 9-6, but it's still definitely in contention here for AGO as well. So I'm not counting them out, but maybe Saw are a quick Glock bullet to the head makes things quite difficult. A big opportunity for X-kom, only able to come away with one, unfortunately, and that is not going to be enough now with the A-bomb site just popping every single one of those defenders, I was going to say, going down before they could even get rotations in. Well, it looks like those rotations were able to give a bit of a challenge at the very least. But for them, no idea he's been wrapped on by Just with the bomb as well. That was a wild play. But he makes it work.
A little bit risky, but wanted to confirm the kill. I think he would have been pretty confident in the fact that he wouldn't have been getting looked at there, walking through that corner of the smoke. So it makes sense. A little bit dangerous, but took the gamble, knowing that the percentages were in his favour. And Saw will win the pistol and will get off to the best start possible. 10-6, double digits. It's going to be a full mid-rush coming in. Mutuus is, he's as blind as a blind thing, and he still gets 3 kills. That's pretty good, to be fair. He had a brilliant Ancient at Mutuus. He was absolutely superb. This game he's only got 5 kills, but he's going to farm cash like that in the second half. It does not matter.
Over
Good
double
impact.
his kills there with no vision. It's impressive.
Exactly.
Tell me who else has done that.
Nobody. Not that I remember.
Exactly.
He's now a one-off in
sound-
Counter-Strike history.
Exactly. It's not impressive when you give the numbers he was on before and after, but if you just say he doubled his kills while blind, sounds
Yeah.
decent. So hopefully it's going to be enough to build a bit of confidence for Mutuus. That's the main thing. When you're sitting at 2-13, you're feeling like nothing can go your way. You get a few kills up against the eco, that can be enough to hopefully start getting you back in the right mindset. So let's see, coming into what is obviously a very crucial round here, the buy coming in from AGO in the early stages into this third round of the half. It does obviously mean though that their nades are a little bit more limited than they'd like otherwise. They want the opportunity while those weaker weapons are still in the hands of Saw. A very aggressive position from Furlan here. Could backfire once the smoke begins to fade. They're actually going to try and creep through, and they expected it. Okay, they read Furlan's position. The Mac-10 rips his head off, and suddenly it's a 5-on-4 in favor of Saw.
If they can find a way to win this round, that would be so big, but Fiki will re-aggress, and that's a good choice. Takes Roman out, and ultimately will take Mutuus down on the side of the map as well. More aggression from Fiki. He's really taking this round into his own hands right now. Arky is still here. Just does get one on the side of the map, but that should secure it. It's now just 1v3. And unfortunately for him, the bomb is nowhere near his possession. Does have a decent amount of health and a Molotov to work with. I'd like to see him deploy that Molotov so the CT side can't get another one for free. Actually, he throws it away. Is he going to try and dispose of both of them? Because, of course, he can use both of them as well if he really wants to. There's one. But it will get extinguished, but he's got a spare to use. No problem. They're littering Vertigo. Oh. Okay. Forget that. That never happened, guys. Whatever, it's fine. I built up his Molotov usage, and then he goes and does that. Alright. Fair enough.
Good first gun round, though, from AGO. Especially after the initial exchange with Furlan down on B. Didn't seem like things were going to work out too well for them. The Hood has a weird seizure at the start of rounds sometimes when a pause is called. Did you see that? The last one, I think, like, weirdly, slowly fades away.
It bounces around a bit sometimes as well. It, like, does a little jiggle.
A celebration. That it doesn't have to work for a few seconds while we sit in the pause.
Oh, boy. Anyway, Saw are still in what could feel like prime position. But one thing that obviously has to scare you is the fact the pattern of the last 2 maps has been the CT side responding and pulling it back to a pretty tight scoreline. And considering it was a much closer half this time around, you would say that maybe that could favour AGO. What does Saw have to show on their T side? I picked Saw before this game. I picked Saw 2-1. But I was obviously with the knowledge that AGO had already won this exact series with the exact same maps.
Are you a psychic?
Only on particular things.
Bit of guesswork. And,
Hey Dean, why pause? Why pause, man?
Yeah, why pause? That was
Why
a weird one.
pause?
I think he was asking that at the half time, in fairness.
Maybe. Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, I see that now. Sorry, Jake. It's fine, man. Don't worry about it. We're not paused anymore. We're live into the game. We're here for you.
Very impatient, very aggro with the message as well, bro. it's mostly, think about this, the players have been playing Counter-Strike. They're the ones who want the 2 to 3 minutes every now and again at the half time. So can't blame them. It's reasonable. Sometimes you need to reset your mind and get a glass of water. I'm sure you'd want the same if you were in their positions playing. But we are back into a very crucial round here, with Saw obviously having fully reinvested after losing out what was basically their bonus round. And AGO still on the brink of destruction despite winning that round with a decent number of players alive. Oh my god, what? Just barely even see that second player, I believe. And although he will go down the ultimate on the way into the bomb site, he doesn't care. 2 kills and a trade from his teammate. Then when he finally dies, that is plenty.
That was a really nice way to look at that as well. Seeing it from a third-person POV. Seeing the spray transfer of Just there getting 2, breaking open the A-bomb site. That makes this one basically impossible to retake as well. DQ can't even fall back. There's a player in the cubby, and that's Muterus. He'll get both of them. Great stuff from Saw. Just a burst, nothing more than that. That wasn't really, that hard to figure out for them. Not huge amount of strategy went into that. Just pure, unadulterated aim duels, and they won them. Gets them the bomb site. Roman taking that second kill as well. There's the player that rotated in to try and help out. Roman up to 21 and 12 now, just 17 and 9. Across the board on Saw, performing pretty well at the moment. Muterus is now waiting for the play to come in, and he's got eco frags coming his way, but unfortunately only the one. Thankfully for him, he has all the information in the world of what's actually going on, so Roman can take control of B. Smokes will be up. The bomb should get planted, and Saw are going to have a 13-7 lead to try and close out this series.
I mean, that... the nade and a spam, I think we're fine. I was going to say that 8K just needs to get away, but it took so much damage from the nade that came in. Oh, he's going to get knifed. Yep. I figured at that point, when he didn't get shot in the head the second he stepped around the corner, I had to have been a knife. And he's moving in. He doesn't have a kit, though, so it's pretty much impossible out now. So, yeah. I'm not sure exactly what the play was there. I understand the desperation of the current round, what they're sitting at currently with the rounds being as they are, but an AK would have been nice. They could buy anyway, so not the end of the world. Maybe if he took those extra 2 kills with him, even if the bomb's impossible to get to, it would have, of course, made this round a lot more viable in terms of them winning this, and then there just being 0 money for Saw. But there's still not a lot, even if they if Saw do lose this round. So it's a pretty important one here for both teams. Obviously more so for AGO with the current scoreline, but Saw could quickly be broken, and then with that, a couple rounds go the way of AGO. Suddenly, again, you can see the comeback possibility as a crazy entry from Just comes in.
Oh, he's just not stopping right now. Just is insane. He's going to get himself a 3rd as well. Holding W, hitting all the headshots. What an entry. 2 rounds in a row. 2 gun rounds in a row at least. Oh my goodness. Just absolutely nutty from him. He's a nutty nutter at the moment. That is absolutely unbelievable. What an entry from him. And that's going to secure Saw their 14th. They decided they're not going to play it slow. They're not going to take any gambles on T-side this time. They're just going to go together as a group. And it's working out really well. Good stuff. And that's going to secure Saw with double the score of AGO. That knife kill for Ultimate helps them get the AWP into this round. That extra bonus cash with the knife. But in the end, it comes to absolutely nothing. Iku trying his best to save the M4, gets both kills, and I think he's got enough time. He can't chase him down from there. But that's all they have. Just that M4.
Yeah, it's not really going to help them buy, sadly. Obviously, Fiku could drop one, but then they'd just be getting SMGs, maybe FAMASs on everyone else. So I don't think it's really all that worthwhile. But I don't think playing for overtime is much of a better option. So it does seem like they've decided that the buy is the way that they want to go. I never really... When the scoreline is like this, I don't think there's a correct decision, if I'm being honest.
No, I agree with you. It's sort of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, for sure. Yeah. I prefer a buy, I think, overall for me in this situation, because especially... if you can get 2 M4s, that is something. And sure, it's only a FAMAS on Furlan, and I don't know what Ultimate and Le Mans are going to buy, but 2 M4s can often be enough.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. So, I mean, 4 rifles overall isn't too bad. So, yeah, it made sense. When you can get 2 of those rifles being M4s with the power of that silence M4, I don't blame them at all. Want to try and keep Saw away from 14. But Saw are 2 rounds away from playoffs at this current point. AGO need to find a way to keep themselves in this game.
They're able to get some nades over to Laman as well with his FAMAS, so he was able to buy that without having to worry about nades or anything. So yeah, it's actually a decent enough investment. Utility-wise, though, they've already used tons of it in the early stages, and I don't think that smoke landed as it was meant to. It seems to have sunk into the ramp itself. We'll see exactly how that works now. As a bit of a one-way, I suppose. There wasn't quite a one-way for x-kom, but either way, he does a ton of damage from it, and how the hell has this happened? There's two players on the brink of death, and a third who's been hit up pretty heavily as well. So that is not what Saw were hoping for when they grouped that ramp early on. Seems like AGO are making the decision to send some of those some of those B players towards mid, which might be the incorrect decision right now. Although once they realize there's no one there immediately, they know that since they've fallen back from ramp, they must be going B if it's not mid.
Exactly. And the health is really not going to help them in this situation. There are 2 players here. There's one M4 player and one FAMAS player. Boost over the top of the smoke for Lucky to have a bit of a peer to see if he can see the site. But they're just going to go off the back of this. How many kills does Vertigo get in this position? There's one. Switches to the AK. He's sticking around. Furlan's here to help. 1, 2. Can he transfer for the last? He can't. Nice try, but the round's over. Uterus, 13 points of health. AGO are going to stay alive here, and the buy is going to be successful. Bomb's directly behind him, and he will recover it. Hit a lovely headshot toward Fern, actually, but some damage would be nice. He's already done a decent job at getting 2. 1 more would be brilliant, but saving the AK in this instance with 10 seconds to go is absolutely the right play. I'll keep hold of that in T-spawn.
Just a chill time with an AK. He's going to carry it over at least. No one wanted a hunt. But slowly but surely, AGO, off the back of that force buy that they make work now, may have a chance to claw their way back in. It's not going to be easy, but I would have said the same thing on Nuke. I would have said the same thing on Ancient. And, well, we were proved wrong both times with the overtime being pulled through from what looked like insurmountable odds. Well, some weaker weapons again for Saw. They actually obviously do buy around the AK, but they have 3 Galils in play, which isn't really ideal. The smoke again dropped down low so that they can peek above it.
The angle held by Ultimate. That's it. I like that angle, but it gets faked out beautifully, and oh, here we go. They've won every single duel again, Dean. Just like that. It just seems to happen so often when they go toward A. Sure, they were stopped early in that previous round with all the grenade damage, and that was the reason they couldn't commit to it. They've been so successful with these plays, and just look at that. Roman just peeks up the ramp, takes the head off of Fiku. Furlan is 19 health and has to run away, but he's already being flanked by Muteris. He had that play in his head, written out, ready to get that kill instantly. I'll tell you what, basically, the way Saw have won this game has been basically just purely down to running up A and hitting heads. That's all it's come down to. It works in matchmaking, it works in pugs, and I guess it works at this level as well.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it is enough. If you're... I mean, it depends. If your opponents aren't hitting their own shots, if they're not countering you in ways, then yeah, you can manage to maybe beat them like that. But you still need to be at that point in much better form, because if you're like equal in terms of firepower, the CTs a lot of the time are just going to have a pretty easy time holding if you're just charging at them with no nades, as they did in the previous round. But
yeah.
At the moment, Saw obviously are firing on all cylinders here on this T side, and they're just using that to their advantage. They're keeping it simple, straightforward, going for trades. And at the moment, AGO don't have much to respond with, literally, in terms of rounds or what they actually have here, which is very little with guns.
Yeah, one's almost over. The flash is really good, and they try and double peek it, and it's actually going to work out for 2. And with just 6 HP as well, that could be a bit of a lifeline. Roman trying to make a play. It's worked before, won't work this time. Muteris lurking toward mid, has to make a big play in a 2v4. Just can recover the bomb, even though he's just 6 health. How many kills can Muteris get? Can he creep in? Timing, unfortunately, is not going to favour him. Ultimate double check CT. Sees him wandering through mid. And that'll be the ninth round for AGO. How long can they stay in this game? Saw need just the one to go to playoffs this season. And to consign AGO. Oh, hello. MP9 kill for Fiki, a bit more bonus cash. And consign Saw, or consign AGO, sorry, to playing another season of Challenger League. No relegation, of course. We mentioned it earlier. The reason that is because the Copenhagen Flames, unfortunately, had both their matches scheduled while they were at the major. So during the quarterfinal, they're not going to play a Challenger League match unless they can somehow duplicate themselves. So that was the reason they're in relegation. Should be fine to get out of relegation, though, for the future, their future in the league. Pause coming in, Dean. Last chat, perhaps, for AGO and Saw.
I don't know if Saw buy here, though. I think they've got to take the extra eco. 2100 on Mutris, 36 on Just, 31 on Stododo. Okay, a half buy. I thought they were fully buying. Oh, Stododo is, yeah. I thought he was just going Mac 10 body armor, but then he gets the full nades and Just does the same. I don't love it, but they have 6 opportunities to close it out. And I'm guessing they just want to try and end it here and now. It's risky, though. They could have taken a half buy and then still had a full gun round in this next one and just not taken as much of a gamble with it, I suppose. Oh, the nades, though. There's been someone there every single round. In fairness, I should have expected that response from them maybe a couple of rounds ago, but they finally do throw it in. And it's unfortunately the only success that they found in the round so far.
That's a really lovely stack, but the hold in response is excellent from HA. They actually only lose that one player in the end. And that now puts it in an interesting situation. That was, as you say, a proper force buy from Saw. They're at the level where this one has to be the full eco. Absolutely has to be the full eco. And that'll give AGO 11. And with the gap only 4, you never know. We've been here before. If I'm not mistaken, AGO had a 15-11 lead on Nuke. Couldn't close it out.
Also at a 12-3, we'll go back to the start of the half.
Of course.
So we've seen some crazy comebacks. Oh, opening kill towards B, I believe that was. Furlong's going to charge down the ramp, maybe expecting most of the presence to be B after that initial kill came in, but no, they're actually all across this bridge here. So he doesn't want to give too much away, but against Glocks, I don't think he really will. He's one Deagle as well, but they don't have Kevlar to back it up. And with 0 map control for Saw, there's absolutely no chance this eco gets anything done. As long as they don't throw Furlan at them, then the low health player just stays safe. The rest of them should be able to clean up, and with that, take a clean round as well. Back to mid. Closer range than most places.
Yeah. That's why you see so often plays on pistol rounds. You see mid splits. One of my favourite strategies on Vertigo. Let's the pistol, and that's the one up for Leman. There we go. All 3 for him. Gets his KD up to a nice neutral 17-17. Keeps the game going on a bit longer. Saw, their money is, as you said, of course, that was the full eco, but it's still not in the best of spots they can buy, obviously. They only got 4.2 on Just, though, so it's the AK, the armor, and just 2 pieces of util, which is the smoke and the flash, obviously. Mutus will prioritize the Molotov, at least, so they have 1 to play with. Saw have been so successful toward A in this early portion of the half. Do they finish it off and win out the series by going toward A as well? This boost is actually pretty good right now. Stododo has quite a lot of vision. Furlan is just not swinging wide enough. And those angles will be cancelled out for now.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a bit of a slower round in general. Run boost over mid. Okay, that's an interesting way to take the top of the box control. Sadly, no one was actually peeking in towards the scaffold, and Ultimate's playing the passive angle, making sure they don't get wrapped on B. But it's a different Saw, really, isn't it, in comparison to what we seen when they were chaining all those T rounds together? There's just not the same determination, I guess.
Yeah, not the same Joie de vivre. Is that the saying? Joie de vivre? Is that it?
I have no idea. Put me on the spot here, Travis.
I'm sorry. It's like a saying, which is like flamboyant, I think.
Okay,
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'll just make it easy for you. There's not the same flamboyance from Saw. We're about to see it now, though. Will this be the way to end the game? Maybe. Zdeno gets one, but the trades are instant. There's Just's headshots. He's back. How many more can he get? The man's rotated into the close position next to Gap, but he will be spotted by Roman. That could be a critical frag. They do have a smoke up to try and cross and get the bomb planted. 20 seconds to go. Ultimate is here. Saw, what are they doing? They're just taking so much time. Look where Fiku is. They have to hurry up, and they just passed the angle. And now that could be critical. But the low HP on Arky, he's going to face anyway. The nerves are coming into play for Saw here. Bomb plot has to come in. Ultimate's going to rush Just down, and he's going to take the frag. Some indecisive moves there from Saw is going to cost them. AGO stay alive.
That's kind of what I was alluding to when I said determination, because the way they were moving up ramps, the way they were taking control in those rounds earlier on that they were winning was just ridiculous. Pure determination on the swings. There was no second guessing of what they were doing or anything. And they seemed confident that they could just use their numbers to trade effectively onto the bomb site, rather than getting scared in the 3-on-2. They're thinking, okay, maybe just 2 of them on the bomb site. Which, I mean, yeah, fair enough, it is possible, but they end up just, because of that, second-guessing themselves, slowly moving in one by one, and just getting picked apart, and in the long run also allowing that flank to come in. So it backfires big time. Now there's 3 rounds needed for AGO to get this into an overtime, and well, it's clearly worrying Saw, because they've called in another tactical pause to have a chat. They can just about buy, but they're not really going to get any nades behind this, sadly. Not enough. They do actually have to go into a Galil first to Dodo so that they can get the basics.
Indeed, it's a rough one, really. As you say, utility is good, but just on 2 players, really. They've almost made it. I mean, that was a good way, a reliable way that they've gotten progress in this game. They traded their way into that 3v2 with Arky being so low, and the second player coming in as well means that it was an easy double kill for Ultimate. Fiku missing the timing on the flank didn't matter in the end. How long can AGO keep this game alive? It was 16-13 last time on Vertigo. You said it earlier. We're getting close to that scoreline again. Roman has position in mid. They have the angle from the connector. How many can they get? It's going to be a big pinch toward B. Surely Fiku is not long for this world, and there's the pinch, the change up, the mid play into the B split. That could be what gets Saw the game here.
Yeah, this could be it. It's a 2-on-4 for Axico and Furlan to try and save the day. Nades-wise, they have a smoke, a molly, and a flash to push in with. A little bit of a spot there. I'm not actually sure if he saw that completely. Might have just been on the radar that he gave it away. And away, Mucus gets spammed down. Winning behind the generator, though. It's Rome who swings.